Hi, boys and girls. We're going to do a task together called Check This. Now, your parents probably have a checking account, and they may use a debit card a lot of times that kind of looks like a credit card, but they also may write checks sometimes. So you'll see a checkbook right here, and what's going to happen in this task is that you're hoping that you'll be able to purchase an Xbox One for $499.50. So you're going to be taking over managing your family's checkbook for 2 weeks. And during this time period, you're going to make deposits, make withdrawals, and write checks in order to pay various bills. Your family account is going to begin with a balance of $600. So we have a checkbook register here. So let's just talk about the components of this. So here we have the date and the check number. And then this is the payment issued to, or a description of a deposit. So sometimes we make payments. And if we make a payment to something, are we taking money out of our account or adding to it? That's right. If we make a payment, we're taking money out. And if we deposit money into the bank, that means we put it in the bank. We put it into our account, we're adding money to our total. So this right here is the amount of your payment, amount of your deposit, and then we're going to be keeping a balance over here of how much we have. Okay, so are you ready to get started? We're going to flip back and forth from this is how much we are spending or getting, and then we'll be going to the second page. So we'll do a couple together, and then you can pause the video and continue working, okay? So let's look at week 1. So week 1 on July 14th here, you are mowing lawns in your neighborhood to earn money to buy an Xbox One for the family. You earned $30. Your sister earned $20. And your brother earned $5. So let's get a pen out. You all deposited your money together and put it in the account to go towards the purchase of the Xbox. So if you earned 30 and your sister earned 20 and your brother earned 5, how much would I have? That's right, we have $55. Now, if we put this into our account, would we add or would we subtract it out? That's right, we are going to add it because it is a deposit. So I can type directly in here. So I'm going to say that is a deposit. And this isn't a payment, so I'm not typing that here, but it is $55.00. Okay? So I'm going to write my deposit over here. And I'm going to add it to my balance. Since I put money in the bank, I'm going to have more money. So what is $600 plus $55? That's right, $655. Let me see if I can make that a little bit wider. There you go. All right, now let's go to the next task, okay? So I'm going to just check that one off since we did that one. And we've done that one. All right, you wrote check number 100 to Pet Palace to buy your new dog, Bongo, for $99 and his accessories, which cost $18.96. So let's see, if I have $99 and I add $18.96, how much did I spend? Would I add those or subtract them? That's right, I would add them because I had to buy both of those things, the dog and his accessories. So you notice when I'm adding, I'm lining up my decimals here. That way I can add hundredths together, tenths together, and I can add my ones and my tens. Okay? So that's 6 and 9. That's 96 cents, right? So I'm going to put my decimal there. And now I'm adding the whole numbers. Well, I know 10 plus 8 is 18. So 9 plus 8 would be 17. And 9, 10, 11, which that's actually 90 and 10 is in it. And then another 10. So that's 11 tens, which is 117 and 96 cents. Right? So that's how much I made a payment to Pet Palace. So let's put that in our register. So I made this to Pet Palace for Bongo and accessories. And the amount of my payment was, 117. Let's make that a little bit wider. $117.96. Oh, let's see. I do believe I have a check number. That was check number 100. And the date. Oh, let's go back and put our dates in. I didn't put a date for that one. Okay, so now the amount of our payment was $117.96. So now what is our balance? How can we find the balance? Well, it's money that we spent, so I'm going to subtract it. So let me get my pen. So my balance was $655. Oops. Let's erase that. Get my pen back. $655. And I'm going to subtract $117.96. One easy common mistake might be that I would just say 6 minus 0, but that isn't 6 minus 0, is it? So I have to rename these. I'm just going to change my pen color here so that you can see it. So I'm going to borrow one of these tenths. So I have 50 tenths here. So now I'm going to have 49. So that now I have 10 hundredths. So 10 hundredths minus 6 hundredths is 4 hundredths. And now I'm subtracting my tenths, and I don't have any. So now I'm subtracting my ones, and I don't have enough ones, so I'm going to rename these tens. I'm going to take one group of 10, so now I have 14 ones. So I know 14 minus 7 is 7 because I know 7 plus 7 is 14. So now tens, I have 40 minus 10 is 30. And now I'm going to subtract my hundreds. 600 minus 100 is 500. So now I have $537.04 after writing a check to Pet Palace. So let me record this. So now let's go back to our list here. So I've wrote the check to Pet Palace, and now I have 3 more things that I have to do. Pause the video and see if you can solve these, and then check back in and we'll review them together. Pause the video and try the last 3 items. See you in a minute. Okay, so let's check back in. So you were to complete these last 3. So on the 16th of July, you found a $20 bill under the seat in a car, and you used it to buy ice cream for $4.37. You deposited the rest of the money. So if I found a $20 bill and I used part of it for ice cream, then I have to subtract it. And so I'm thinking I have $15.63, but boy, I want to prove that. So if I want to prove a subtraction problem, then I can use addition to make sure. And I did do that math correctly. So I'm thinking, one of those common mistakes would have been just to go 7 minus 0 here when I'm subtracting my hundredths, but I can't do that. I had to rename some, and so I needed to rename one of those tenths into hundredths. So I had 200 tenths there, so I used one of those, and so that became 199 tenths. And so I used, now I had 10 hundredths. So you should have had to where you have left $15.63. So let's go back over here to our register. And so here's our Pet Palace. We issued a check to Pet Palace for Bongo and his accessories there. We did that. And here's our money that we found. There's our $15.63. So if we deposited money, then we're adding that to our account. So we added $15.63, and we have $552.67. And then next, if we look back here, so we can put a check mark on that one. Next, oh goodness, our dad had a flat tire. He withdrew $95.88 for a new tire. Nope, I fixed that here because of our baseball tickets. Put that on a new line there. So if our dad had to withdraw $95.88, he took out cash, so that's what I put. So he probably paid cash for that, and it was for the flat tire. And so if he had to take money out of the bank, we had to subtract. And so we have a balance of $456.79. So let's go back to our list. So we have that one done. Now, baseball tickets. They have baseball tickets. You took out money for you and your friends. So we had to add those together because you needed 2 baseball tickets. So they cost $11.95 each. So let's go back here. And the baseball tickets were $23.90. And I took out cash for that, so I subtracted that, and I have a balance of $432.89. And I'm going to have to kind of scroll down here for my last one. I did my baseball tickets, and, oops, my pen. And now, oh, Aunt Emily sent an early birthday present in the amount of $75. Yay, Aunt Emily. And I'm going to deposit that into the bank. So let's go back to our register. Scroll down. And I'm going to deposit that. And it's for the birthday from Aunt Emily, $75. And if I deposit money in the bank, what am I doing? That's right, I'm adding. So now I have a balance of $507.89. So I have an ending balance for the whole week of $507.89. You have just completed your check register for week 1. Well, you took over the checking account for 2 weeks, so let's look at it. $507.89. So week 2, let's change this balance. $507.89. So that's the balance that we are starting off with. Okay, let's erase all of this. Great. Now, let's look at our activities for week 2. We'll talk about them and then we'll do pause the video and let you work them out. Okay, so week 2, the first thing you did is you wrote a check, number 103, in the amount of $158.36 to pay the electric bill. And then your family has decided to go to the movies. You write another check, 104, for $40.35 to pay for your family. And then on July 25th, while walking Bongo, the leash breaks. Oh no. So you write check number 105 in the amount of $8.13 to Pet Palace to replace Bongo's broken leash. And then on July 27th, you spend the afternoon babysitting for your little cousin and earn $14.25, and you deposit that all into the account. And then on July 29th, you count up all of the change in your piggy bank. You had $76.41 you deposit into the account. That one's written in Word form, but you know how to do that. So I want you to complete this register, and you know this right here, you'll have to scroll down. And then after you have found your ending balance, then you can go here. This just reminds us what the task was to begin with. The Xbox costs $499.50. Do you have enough to purchase the Xbox? Explain how you know. And will you have to earn more money? And if so, how much? Okay, so then you can put your thinking here in this box, and we'll check back in a minute with your thinking. Work hard. Welcome back, boys and girls. So we're going to look at each item. So the first thing was the electric bill, and I just put that it was to the electric company. And because this was a payment that we made, we subtracted. We wrote a check for that, and that gave us a balance of $349.53. And then we wrote a check to the theater company, and we also subtracted that, which gave us a balance of $309.18. And then we had to write another check for Bongo's leash, and that was for $8.13. So we had to subtract that from our balance, and that gave us a balance of $301.05. And then we got to make a deposit. So our deposit was for babysitting, $14.25. So we added that to our balance, and that gave us a balance of $315.30. And then, yes, then we finally got to make another deposit, and this one was for our piggy bank. And that was $76.41. So we added that, and we ended up with a balance of $391.71. So let's go back to our original problem. So we know that we began with $600, and we did earn some money, but we also spent a good amount of money, and we ended up with how much money? We ended up with $391.71. Is that enough money to purchase the Xbox? No, we don't have enough to purchase the Xbox. So we know that because we know when we compare numbers that $391 is less than $499. So we know that we won't have enough. So when I'm comparing that, I know that let me do this. I know that $391.71 is less than $499.50. So no, we do not have enough. So how much more will we need? And how do we determine that? So if we know that we have we need $499.50, but we only have $391.71. How will I find out how much more I need to earn? So I'm kind of thinking about a number line here, and I'm thinking if I already have almost about $392, and I'm going to need almost $500. So let's kind of estimate about how much we would need. So let's see, how much till we get to 400? That's right. I would need $8, right? And then 400 to 500, I would need $100. So I'm going to need about $108. So let's find out exactly how much. So I know that if I have $391, if I add something to it, I would get $499. I can also get that from subtracting. So if I have $499.50, I can subtract $391.71. So remember that common error. I might be thinking 1 minus 0, but I'm actually taking 1/100th away. So let me change my pen color here so you can see the work. So I'm going to rename one of these tenths, and I'm going to make that 10/100ths. Okay. And I'm going to have to rename one of these as well. And now I have 14/10ths. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So now I have 90 minus 90. I don't have any. 400 minus 300 is 100. So I know that I need $107.79. I can check my work. I can prove that by addition to see if I'm right. It's a great way to find any mistakes. So 9 plus 1 is 10. 14 and 1 is 15. 7, 8, 9. 90 and 0 is still 90. 300 and 100 is 400. Oh, yep, I proved my work there. So I need to earn or I could say save $107.79 to buy my Xbox. Great work today, boys and girls, helping us solve this task and learning all about a checkbook.